We have the finest quality merchandise. My thanks. Hey, can you get me out? Thank you. I'm forever grateful for your kindness, friend.
And that looks like Barnabas' ship.
In fact, it...
Ah! That ship belongs to the Eagle Bearer now. Legendary Mystios, famed across the Greek world. I am just her humble servant.
Barnabas! You're back!
In the flesh, a little older, but not a bit wiser.
Mikkos sent me here to wait for your return. It's about Mileas.
Here we go! What has my nephew gotten himself into this time?
I think the trouble is real, Barnabas. You should go to him. Mikkos told me not to return without help, and I mean not to.
I need to think. But one thing, I know my nephew. Ah, yes. He's fine, that much is certain. I'll be on the ship.
And you, Mystios? I need someone to go see about Mileas.
Why doesn't Barnabas think something is wrong with his nephew?
It's just... Mileas was a legendary nuisance growing up. He lied, he cheated, he brawled and broke things.
Some of us grow out of that.
Well, now Mileas is a serious athlete, training to be an Olympic champion. And what's more, he's family to Barnabas.
That is important. I'll help Barnabas' nephew however I can.
Mileas lives with his caretaker Mikkos. Their house is just up the hill north of here.
How can I help you? Come back anytime.
Don't have to believe me, but if you want to live, you stay close to me next time.
Better stay hidden. Off we go now. Tali message told me to find a secret room in the stronghold in Limnos. So, that's where I should go. Maybe if I press here. Someone went to a lot of trouble.
This bird!
like the taste of blood! If you try hard, you might make it to where I am today.
He's in the fields with his friends! By Zeus!
He's grown since you've been gone. He's not a kid anymore.
Ah, but still up to his old tricks, if you ask me.
Listen to reason, Barnabas. I saw him vomiting myself, and now he's like this.
He's faking it, Mikkos! I've seen this routine before! Gods! Grant me Penelope's patience!
It's not just Nileas. There have been others. All promising young athletes turning up sick or missing. Something's not right in Thassos.
What goes on across Thassos is not my concern. But I know my nephew. Oh, yes! He practically worships at the altar of Ergia, a devotee of sloth and idleness he is.
Help me talk sense into him, Misthios.
Maybe you should be a bit easier on your nephew this time. He really does seem sick.
You're right. I guess I didn't want it to be true. He's not a boy anymore. I can see that.
He may be grown, but he still needs help.
There's only one way I know how. Let me know if there is any change in his condition. I'll be at the ship making offerings to Asklepios.
Give Barnabas some time.
But our time may run out. I have more leads to follow up on. But with Nileas like this, I can't leave his side. Maybe you could help me.
Barnabas is like family to me. I want to do anything I can to help Nileas.
Thank you. You know, it's not often a beautiful and capable Misthios comes to this house.
We shouldn't talk like this with Nileas in this condition. Now, about those leads you mentioned.
Well, someone at the Champions Gymnasium must know something. Aitis was the last one to be with Nileas when he was well.
They were friends.
They were. If he doesn't know anything, you could talk to the doctor at the quarry.
If he's the local doctor, he's bound to know something. What more can you tell me about this gymnasium? You say other athletes have disappeared?
Many, yes. A lot of the athletes came here to train from elsewhere across the Greek world. So when they disappear, people think they maybe just went home.
A convenient story if something bad were happening to them.
Exactly.
The last person to see Nileas before he got sick was Aiti? Where can I find him?
He's an aspiring athlete too, but nowhere near as talented as Nileas. He trains alone on the outskirts of the Vineyard of Glory. You're sure to find him there.
I'd like to have a word with that doctor at the quarry.
The Aliki quarry is at the southern point of Thassos. The doctor there is mixed up with the training athletes and the workers.
Sounds like a strange connection.
Yes, until you realize half of the workers are athletes who have given up on their training. Something's happened to them, and that doctor is the only connection I see.
I'll follow up on these leads and check back when I know what's going on.
Thank you, Misthios. And feel free to check back anytime.
ουρανός.
Something seems to be going on over there.
Τι στο κόρα κάνεις σου?
You wouldn't punch a little girl!
But we can kick you! Don't come here again!
Idiot! I'll be back. You can't keep me away forever. I'll find a way in. You look strong enough. Can you help me?
Depends on what you need.
Information. My brother Solon has been missing for weeks. No one listens. They say he ran away. But he wouldn't leave me alone. He wouldn't. He knows I hate being by myself. Anyway, he was last seen training at this school. I'm sure it has something to do with his disappearance. Please, can you help me find out what happened to him?
I'll see what I can find out.
You're nicer than you look. Thank you.
Don't thank me just yet. My help doesn't come cheap.
What? You would demand drachmi from a child?
I don't discriminate.
Mystios. I have some drachmi, but you must first find out what happened.
I'll prepare to be shortchanged.
I think the trainers might know more about my brother's disappearance. But be careful. Rumor has it he can take out a chimera with his bare fists. Or was it that he looks like a chimera with bare fists? In any case, I take caution not to look for a fight.
I don't look for fights. They usually find me. Your brother must have been gone for a long time.
Weeks. It's been weeks. He would never leave me alone for so long. He used to boast about future Olympic victories and adventures. He always said he'd make me the proudest sister in all the Greek world. But how can he do that when he's not even here?
Why are there so many young athletes training at this school?
You've never heard of this place? This school is what Thassos is known for. It was founded by Theogenes, the famous Olympian. Many others, like my brother, train here in hopes of becoming the next Olympic champion.
I'll find out what happened to your brother.
Please hurry. It's been too quiet around here without him.
Looks like Mikkos was right. There is something going on here. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Look how big he is!
Euthymos. That name seems familiar somehow.
If you've come to enroll in my school, I'm afraid you're at least 10 years too late.
Shame. You must be the one training these athletes.
Have you not heard of me? I am Euthymos, Master Olympic Trainer. Under my charge, my students seize victories as easily as Theogenes seized the bronze statue of Thassos. Everyone has heard of me.
Who? I've never heard your name before today.
Then you must be quite deaf.
I've heard other things, though. In particular, that students of yours have gone missing.
Missing? Nonsense! My students are champions! They fly towards adventure all the time! Under my wing, they will soar to great heights, like a hot-blooded Pegasus.
Do you remember a former student named Solon?
You think you can storm into my school and demand answers like an impertinent slave? You'll sooner be gutted like one.
Not if I cut the answers from your throat first.
Such pretty words. They almost scare me.
How about we put our skills to the test?
I'd rather not waste my time or my skills on the likes of a nobody.
Sounds like you're backing down.
Don't want work, Mystios.
Hold on, you seem familiar. I recognize you. You're in the Olympics. You're the champion, I'm sure of it.
Yes! You're looking at an Olympic champion.
Get back to your training!
You're amazing! Tell us, what do we need to do to be a true champion?
A true champion runs daily with the weight of 2 cows slung across the shoulders.
Doesn't sound impressive to me. So, an Olympic champion strolls into my school, steals my thunder, and dares to challenge me? The Great Euthymos!
Does the Great Euthymos accept this challenge? Or is he too afraid?
Afraid? Ha ha ha! Try sparring with my students first. We'll see if you are as strong as you say you are.
Since I'm the Olympic champion, shouldn't I train your students instead? I'm sure they agree that I'm better qualified.
Qualified? You dare challenge my position? You have the courage of a lion, Mystios. But you'll soon be slaughtered like a goat. Prepare yourself. Face me like the champion you say you are. My loyal students! This Mystios has the nerve to challenge me! The Great Euthymos! At my... our school! This is your last chance, Mystios. It can all end if you simply walk away.
Are you done talking?
Oh, we'll see what you are made of then, hmm? We'll fight like real champions! Face the true might of my students! How dare you challenge me? My master!
Get out of our school!
My students! My pride! All right. I yield. You've ruined my reputation. How will my students learn from me now?
You were ruined by pride. I had no part in it.
Fine. You've won. You are worthy. I'll tell you what I know. Keeping a school like this is expensive, but we receive a good lump of drachmi from this rich fellow to keep things running. He visits now and then, stinking of wine, frequently accompanied by strange men.
I assume they're not here to admire the training grounds.
I noticed that they tend to favor my star athletes, the ones who exhibit exemplary skills and performance. They watch them very closely.
Solon was one of them.
Yes. He was one of my top students, along with another boy named Nileas. They were good friends and great athletes. They stopped coming to school soon after the men came. I worry that something has happened to them.
Yet you do nothing, even when you clearly know something isn't right.
This fellow has powerful allies and influence. I've tried to do something, Mystios. I've asked questions and I was told to stop for my own good and the good of the students. As much as I hate to admit, I am powerless.
A strong man like you shouldn't take orders from a drunk fool.
You're right. I've been... weak for far too long. Thank you, Mystios. I may still have other strengths to hone.
I heard everything! How can you stand by while your students are being taken? All for drachmi?
How did you get in here? Is she your daughter?
Men like you are the worst. I can't rely on you. I can't rely on anyone. I'm going to save my brother.
Her brother? By Zeus, What have I done?
Solon and others are missing.
No more cowering.
Maybe Nileas was going to be
I am
next.
the master of this
Mikkos will
school.
want to know
I
about
need to
this.
act like one. No more cowering. I am the master of this school. I need to act like one.
Ora, please.